What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video and welcome to a stimulus update regarding Social Security benefits and recipients. So here's what I want to do. I've been getting a lot of questions regarding Social Security. Are we going to get anything if we're on SSI, SSDI, VA, railroad benefits, any of that stuff? And the hard part is, and I just want to be 100% clear, I'm always looking to try to find more information on this subject or on this category of people. The problem is that lawmakers are not that vocal about Social Security, and it's simply because, according to multiple reports, is because the Biden administration is not putting a priority on Social Security recipients at this time. However, it does look like we are starting to get lawmakers beginning to discuss possible relief for Social Security recipients. So I want to provide a little update on the $1,400 stimulus checks, how people on SSI, SSDI can actually get the $1,200 and the $600 stimulus checks, because I know a lot of you have not received those either, but you do qualify, and I'm going to break that down in this video. So first, do people on SSI, SSDI, VA, and railroad benefits get a $1,400 stimulus check? The answer is yes, as long as you do not make over the income limits. My guess is most people will not. There's a very small amount of people that would make over the limits. However, the chances of somebody watching this video are very small. So yes, most likely you do qualify. Now, if you don't file taxes, how do you get this benefit? How do you get the $1,400 stimulus check? How do you get the $1,200 stimulus check? And how do you get the $600 check? Well, here's what we know. In most cases, the IRS knows about you because they are sending you a Social Security check. So you should be able to get this money. However, in some cases you are overlooked. So what you will have to do if you were skipped for whatever reason, because millions of Americans were skipped and they didn't receive the $1,200 or the $600 payment. Well, what you have to do, you have to go and file 2020 taxes. Now, here's what you can do. I've talked with multiple different tax preparers, some with the bigger companies like H&R Block, TurboTax, Jackson Hewitt, places like that. And every single one that I've talked to have said yes. If somebody calls and says they didn't receive either one of their stimulus checks and all they want to do is just file a quick return, it takes minutes. And they said, yes, you can come in. You have to schedule an appointment, come in, and file your return. They said they will not charge you. Okay, the people that I talked to said they will not charge somebody, that all they're going to do, come in, file a simple return, and go. So if that's the case, and you have not received your $1,200 or $600 stimulus checks, make sure you go schedule an appointment and get that done so that you can get that $1,800. Now, in regards to the $1,400 stimulus checks, what many people are saying is they still haven't received those either. Well, here's what you need to understand. If you didn't get the $1,200 stimulus check, you didn't get the $600 stimulus check, chances are you're not going to get the $1,400 stimulus check. So just keep that in mind. Go and file. It's just going to take you a short amount of time. It's probably going to take you less than 30 minutes to go and do it. And once you do it, let's say it even costs you $20, $40, whatever it costs to do it. And again, the people I talked to said it's absolutely free. But let's say it costs you $40 to do it, or $30. If that's the case, and you're going to get $1,800, it would make sense to pay $30 or $40 now to get $1,800. I think that's a pretty good return on your investment. So I'd recommend you do that. Now, here's what you need to understand. A lot of people that are waiting on their $1,400 stimulus checks are pretty much waiting for it to either show up through direct deposit or waiting for it to go to their Direct Express card. Here's what we know. Well, the IRS and the Treasury have not been extremely open as to when these payments are going to go out, but if it's anything like the last rounds, what I can tell you is your stimulus payments should be coming out around the same time as in between the paper checks and the prepaid debit cards. There's already been 150,000 paper checks sent out. I believe there's still some more as well. And then the prepaid debit cards are supposed to come out in like 9 days, 10 days, something like that. So what we know is that over the next week, you could potentially see your $1,400 show up on your Direct Express card. It could show up possibly in a paper check. It could also show up through a prepaid debit card, or and this is what some people are saying right now, that there has not been the final amount of people for the direct deposits. They haven't been done yet. And what some are saying, one person I talked to today, who's actually from the IRS, he believes that the last payments that will be sent out will be going to any person that does collect Social Security benefits, but the IRS has their information on file. So if that's the case, we could potentially see that possibly today or tomorrow, but most likely earlier part of next week. So that's kind of what we're hearing there. As for the $200 per month that President Biden promised as a campaign promise, this has been something we've been talking about for months. But here's the issue. Right now, this is something that very few are even discussing. And some are saying it's because this is one of those things that was a campaign promise, but it was actually one of those empty promises that never really had any chance of going anywhere, according to a few people. Now, my guess is they are Republican. Didn't say specifically, but that is my guess. Now, this is what we're hearing. Lawmakers are currently discussing all options for a Social Security relief fund. However, as to will this be $200 per month? Will this be a 5% boost? We don't know. We honestly do not know. But, okay, these newer proposals that are coming out, we are starting to get more and more people talking about them. And that is what it takes to get it in front of all lawmakers, to get it to become a bill, to get it in front of President Biden himself, to actually put it in front of the American people and get some more support behind it. That's what it's going to take. Because I've been saying this for probably about a week or so, mainly over this past few days. But according to multiple reports, Democrats are now changing their strategy and proposing bills that are popular amongst the American people. And because of that, what we're going to see is, yes, something like a Social Security relief bill is going to be included at some point. But with all these newer proposals that are coming out, economists are now starting to take a deeper look into how they actually impact the economy. One of the biggest pieces of legislation outside of the stimulus checks, outside of Social Security benefits, outside of unemployment or state and local government funding, is canceling student loan debt or student loan forgiveness. Well, this has been a very popular piece of legislation for months. Well, this is also something that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has been pushing and fighting for and trying to get President Biden to go and do an executive order on this. However, he's been unsuccessful at this point. So, even though Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said canceling student debt would impact lower income families and individuals the most, recent reports out today from JP Morgan Chase say that canceling student loans actually impacts the middle and upper class earners or high income earners more than lower income earners. So what we are getting is actually conflicting information, and this is something we're going to see more and more. However, it's good to have these open discussions because now the American people know what is really going on. Here's what we know. When Democrats propose a new bill, Republicans are going to come out and they're going to counter the bill with their own arguments. We're going to see this over and over again. And in this case, the economists did the job for the Republicans. They didn't have to do it themselves. But what you need to keep in mind is that Social Security and getting something as far as relief in this stage right now, nobody can argue against this. Both Democrats and Republicans have come out recently and stating that, yes, we do need to have some type of Social Security reform. We do need to have some type of relief to people on Social Security because they are not getting enough relief and they are struggling in this pandemic. But what they decide to do, that would be for another video because as of right now, nobody really knows. It's all up for discussion at this point. Earlier today, I did talk about how lawmakers are starting to discuss Social Security benefits due to the fact that right now, in the previous stimulus package, there was nothing for people on Social Security other than a $1,400 stimulus check and some rental assistance. But Democrats did provide multi-employer pension plans protection. So there was money for multi-employer protection or pension plans, but there was nothing for Social Security. And that's where a lot of people are saying that was not right and that we are not providing the neediest people with the relief that they require. So when it came time to provide relief for those for Social Security, there was nothing there. And right now lawmakers are saying that we need to fix that, and we need to do that quickly. So this is why some experts believe that with the recent talks, something is most likely in the works. We haven't heard exact details just yet, but we are getting a little bit more information. And as we get more information, we usually see something come through very quickly. So as I hear more, I promise I will share more. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of stuff that people just aren't even saying. We don't know what's exactly happening, but I do know there's stuff in the works. And again, as I know more, I promise I will update you on everything that is going on. Just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for asking the questions. Again, sorry it's taken me so long to answer questions about Social Security. The problem is, even though I look for answers, I can't just pull them out of thin air. I can't just find them just because we have questions on it. We actually have to have somebody answer those questions, which makes it very difficult because right now it seems like Social Security just isn't on the, up front. It's on the back burner for the Biden administration. But again, as I know more, I promise I will share more. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.